Hey guys, today I'd like to take a look at a mask that I think is very cool and one that you don't see around too often, and that is the 2007 Don Post Studios Ghoulaloha. So you can see this is a really interesting character, really cool, and right off the bat, some of you may recognize this character from a movie, and it's actually a made-for-TV movie. So this is not a direct movie mask per se. It wasn't advertised as such, and it wasn't the tie-in to the movie wasn't made known necessarily in Don Post Studios catalogs or anything like that. But its inspiration, I think, is obviously taken from a TV movie, and that is the 1975 TV movie called Trilogy of Terror. And I'll get back to that movie in just a little bit, but I want to take a look at this mask first. Now this is, as I state in the title of the video, it's a 2007 mask. That was when it was in the first catalog. I have not been able to find a copy of that catalog, but Dr. Lady actually did a video on this mask quite some time ago and mentioned that it was shown as new in the 2007 catalog. What I can show you here, though, is from Pete's great website at the Devil's Workshop. This is the 2008 Don Post Studios catalog, and it shows this mask. Now, you'll note in the catalog, the mask is known as Ghoulaloha, all one word. So basically, Ghoul and Aloha as in the Hawaiian word. But it is all one word. And what's kind of interesting is this tag on the mask, because it's shown on the tag as two words, Ghoul, Aloha, two separate words. And the other interesting thing is here, if you notice, the word ghoul is spelled wrong. Gouhl is how it's spelled on the tag. So I kind of found that interesting. Now, as I mentioned, this one was available in 2007, 2008, and I am not sure if it was still available in 2009. Again, I can't find a catalog photo from 2009 to confirm that. But really, what's interesting about this mask is its tie-in to that TV movie Trilogy of Terror. So Trilogy of Terror came out in 1975, and it starred Karen Black as the main protagonist, and it was a trilogy, as the title implies, of three different short films, if you will, sort of episodic sections of the film. And this one in particular was a character from the third part of that movie, and that was called Amelia. And Amelia was based on a short story by Richard Matheson, and the original short story was called Prey. And in preparation for this video, I actually went back and rewatched Amelia, and it is still to this day scary. And a little story about that: when I was a kid, I saw that movie on TV, and I have to tell you, I was terrified by that segment, Amelia. It was just so scary, and even to this day, it really holds up. I would recommend it. Trilogy of Terror is on a lot of lists as the scariest TV movie of all time, and it does hold up. And Karen Black is great in it, and this character is very scary. In the film, it is only about 14 inches tall. It's known as the Zuni fetish doll. And it comes to life. I won't spoil any part of it if you want to go watch it, but it does come to life and kind of create some havoc for Karen Black, and it is still to this day very scary. And so I've put together sort of a side-by-side photo here where you can see this Don Post mask and the Zuni fetish doll. There are some differences, but it's obviously inspired, I believe, by that Zuni fetish doll in Trilogy of Terror. There hasn't really been any other characters quite like it. And so this mask, the difference is, the main one that you might see is it has a greenish paint on it, sort of a greenish brown, where in the movie it was a darker brown, and a couple other minor differences, but it's pretty close. And it's just, if you like to collect movie masks, this would be one to sort of tie in to a movie. Even though it's a TV movie, it's really great, and I would check it out. So this mask is really nicely painted, I think, and actually the sculpt is really cool. I mean, you can see, you might be able to see the depth of this mouth. I mean, it is really deep, and small teeth, which are, well defined and molded. And the paint job is pretty precise. And what's kind of neat about this mask as well is, I know that you can never quite duplicate small characters, like, the puppet in Saw, or, any of, the Gremlins masks, any small characters that have to be made larger as a mask, tend to always look sort of inauthentic, if you will. But in this case, of course, no one is 14 inches tall to be able to actually duplicate the character, so they made it larger as a wearable mask. But they made the face very small on this mask, and it's an interesting construction. So there are no cuts in the face mask at all, and it is just a face mask of latex, but it's attached to a black mesh, and as is the hair. And so I don't know if you can see that, but it's a black mesh that can be seen through. And what's kind of neat is that they actually cut the latex at the very top and put eye slits in the latex, which you may not even be able to see on this video, but that is where the wearer sees out of this mask, is above the face, so that it gives the impression that it's a small face with no eye cuts when it's being worn, but you can see out of those slits. Not very well, but you can see out of those. So I think that's kind of a neat construction. The hair is not really like the movie hair, but it is large and sort of untamed, mainly because the wearer's head actually comes way up into the top here. There's no latex here, it's just the mesh and the wig. So I think that's kind of neat. And I do, as I said, the paint job is nice on it. The sculpt is nice. Those red eyes are scary. And it's a really cool character. And, I would recommend, if you can find one, to pick it up. It's just neat. And as I said, the tie-in to a movie is a desirable aspect of it if you are, looking for those masks that have some movie tie-in. This one certainly does, even though it's not official. So I just wanted to show you that, and hope that you enjoyed this mask as much as I do, and brings back memories of being terrified as a kid. So that is the 2007 Don Post Studios Ghoulaloha. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.